What if giant ships from China discovered the world first? These ships were huge, bigger than any others. They were part of a mighty treasure fleet. They made Christopher Columbus's boats look like tiny toys. This fleet was led by a great admiral named Zheng. What if he never turned back home? Let's look at the real story first. It is already amazing. From 1405 to 1433, Admiral Zheng led 7 big trips. He was a great sailor for China's emperor. His biggest ships were longer than a football field. Hundreds of smaller ships sailed with them. They traveled to far-off places like India and Africa. They showed China's great power to everyone. So why did these amazing journeys end? This is one of history's biggest questions. The emperor who loved the trips passed away. New leaders in China had different ideas. They thought the ships cost too much money, so they burned the maps and records. China closed its doors to the world. But in our new story, the emperor tells them to keep going. The giant fleet is full of silk and treasures. It sails past the edge of Africa. They go around the bottom of the continent. This is many years before European sailors did. They are sailing into unknown waters toward Europe. Imagine those giant ships appearing in European ports. People would be amazed and shocked. Nothing like this had ever been seen before. This first meeting would be very different. The Chinese sailors were not there to conquer land. Their mission was to trade and build respect. This is a great exchange of ideas, but it flows from east to west. Chinese knowledge floods into Europe. Their ideas about medicine are new and exciting. European doctors learn amazing new ways to heal. Builders learn about new engineering. They see how to make stronger bridges. They learn to build taller buildings. Stargazers, people who watch the sky, learn from Chinese maps of the stars. They see the universe in a new way. This makes a new time of learning. It is like the Renaissance, a time of great art and ideas. But it happens faster. It looks very different. It is filled with Eastern art styles and new ways of thinking about the world. This big change does something amazing. It flips our whole world map upside down. For hundreds of years, our maps have shown Europe in the middle. But in this new world, the center is Nanjing. This was the capital city of Ming, China. The Atlantic Ocean is no longer the big highway. It is not the main path to a new world. Instead, the Indian Ocean is the true center of the world. It is a busy sea, full of ships and trade. It connects everyone. With Europe and Asia now friends, what happens to the Americas? The big lands across the water are still a mystery. Do the Chinese ships try to cross the Great Eastern Ocean? This ocean is the Pacific. It is huge. Or maybe they sail west. They could leave from their new trading spots in Europe. Either way, they would find 2 huge new continents. These lands are full of powerful groups of people. A whole new chapter of history would begin. Imagine the first meeting. The huge Ming fleet arrives. They do not bring swords and anger. They bring beautiful gifts. They invite the local leaders to join a world of friends, a system where everyone gives gifts and respect. The goal is not to take gold. The goal is not to change how people believe. The goal is simply to show respect. This is very different from what happened in our history. It is a meeting of equals. The Aztecs and the Incas were incredible empires. They had huge cities and smart leaders. They would see these new ships not as a threat. They would see them as another great power, a new friend to trade with and learn from. This new American story would be one of sharing, not of fighting to take over. The great cities of the Inca and Aztec would grow. They would learn new ideas, but they would keep their own spirit. Now we see the biggest change of all. The European age of discovery never happens, at least not in the way we know it. There is no big race to find a sea route to India. Why? Because the Chinese are already there, and they have shared their amazing maps. So, the Spanish takeover of the Americas, it just does not happen. A whole chapter of our history is gone. This new world is amazing to imagine, but it also leaves us with big questions. Would this world be more peaceful? Or would the fights and problems just be different? And what about big new ideas? Would an industrial revolution still happen? This was a time of making many things with machines. Maybe it would start in China's Yangtze River Delta, not in Manchester, England. Imagine the beauty of this new world. We would see amazing cities. African, Chinese, and European ideas would all mix together. People would build and live in new ways we've never seen. Think of the food, music, and art. They would blend in ways we cannot even guess. Maybe we would hear Italian operas about Chinese legends, or South American music played on new, wonderful instruments. So what does this amazing journey teach us? It shows that our world was not a sure thing. It was not promised to be this way. It was built on tiny moments of chance and choice. One emperor's choice to stop sailing changed so much. History is not a single, wide river. It does not flow to only one place. It is full of many different, possible streams. Each stream is a different story, a different world that could have been. And exploring them helps us see our own world. We see it as one amazing possibility among many. What if huge new cities grew in Africa, not as colonies, but as partners? Imagine a great port city in East Africa. It has tall stone buildings in the local style, but the rooftops have curved Chinese tiles. This city becomes a center for the whole world. Ships with silk sails arrive from the east. They trade for gold and ivory from Africa's heartland. Ideas are the most precious cargo of all. New thoughts and stories are shared in the busy markets. In this world, technology spreads like a friendly gift. Gunpowder is used for amazing fireworks, not for war. The compass guides traders to new friends, not new lands to conquer. Great inventions are shared to help everyone. This sharing makes the world smarter, faster. Imagine scientists from Egypt, Persia, and China. They work together in huge libraries in this new African city. They discover secrets of the stars and the sea. Their work helps everyone live better lives. Art becomes a beautiful mix of many ideas. A painter in Italy might learn Chinese brushstrokes. He paints a soft, misty mountain scene. But inside the mountains, he adds a detailed Italian village. It's a whole new way to see the world. This new art shows a new way of thinking. It celebrates nature and people living together. It tells stories of cooperation and discovery. It is not about kings and battles. It is about balance and finding peace in the world. The map of this world looks very different. There are no giant European empires. Instead, strong kingdoms exist all over. The Aztec and Inca in the Americas trade with Chinese sailors. African kingdoms grow rich and powerful. Fighting still happens, of course, but wars are smaller. They are fought over trade routes, not to control people. Great walls are built to protect cities, not to keep people out. Power comes from trade and friendship, not from armies. Picture a family living in the Amazon forest. They grow food using smart farming ideas from China. This helps them grow more without hurting the forest. They listen to stories of dragons and great emperors, but they still honor their own forest spirits. Their lives are connected to the whole world. They wear soft cotton colored with bright dyes from India. They cook with spices from islands far away. Their culture did not disappear. It grew bigger and richer, adding new pieces to its own amazing story.